Hey guys, I'm Aaron, and today we're going to use SketchUp to model a proper Doric column. At least I think it's Doric. Sometimes I get my Doric and Ionic mixed up, but I'm pretty sure that's the one that we're going for. So we're going to go in and make a proper looking column. We're going to put the right shapes on there. I probably won't get the sizes perfect, so forgive me, or if I get a number off, let me know in the comments. But let's hop in and let's do some modeling. All right, so our column is going to be more basic to start with because we might do multiples of these. We might actually have a couple different versions of this, so you guys might be able to do this, and then maybe we'll get into some more fancy stuff as we move forward. Do some like scroll work at the top, not this time, but maybe next time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a square. So I'm going to grab my rectangle. I'm going to draw my rectangle from the middle, so I'm going to hit the modifier key. When I say hit the modifier key, I'm talking about these keys that are listed down at the bottom. Depending on your operating system, they will change. So that's why I usually just call out modifier key as opposed to saying the name of the number or saying the name of the key, because depending on the operating system you're on, you might see something different than I do. But it is always the same function down at the bottom. So we're going to hit the modifier key to draw about the center. And I'm going to draw this like let's say 2 foot by 2 foot. All right, there we go. So what we're gonna do with this is I'm gonna start by just a simple, this is a plinth? Is that what this is? I don't know. I might make up some terms in this. So, again, if I do that, please call me on it in the comments. All right, from there, I'm gonna start some circular piece. I'm gonna add a circular, like a little, I don't know the term, coaster looking thing, little circular bump out before my column actually starts. Now, when I draw my column, my circle for the column, I'm going to make it a fluted column. And based on the fact that this is a Doric, I believe a Doric column, I want to put 20 flutes into it. So I'm going to go ahead and make all of my circle work be 20 from the start. So when I come in here with my circle, first thing I'm going to do right now, the 24 sides, I'm going to change that down to 20 and hit enter. Now everything will be relative to a 20-sided circle. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out almost to the edge like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this up a little bit like that. I'm going to grab the top there. I'm going to scale it. I'm going to hit the modifier to scale about the middle again. Oops. Scale about the center's option. So I'm going to tap option. And then I'll pull this out to the corner like that. There we go. So we got a little comes up. I'm going to pull it up a little bit like that. And then I'm going to grab this piece right here at the bottom, and I'm going to mirror that. I'm going to mirror that so it's exactly the same, but I'm going to mirror it, a copy of it, the modifier key. I want to mirror it right at the middle of this flat section. I don't have a point there to snap to though. See that? I can't do that. So what I can do is I can go to View, Hidden Geometry, and turn Hidden Geometry. That gives me a line right here that I can snap to the middle of. So now when I go to mirror this and I pull this blue plane up, I can snap right there, and that gives me, oops, I didn't hit the modifier key to make a copy. Let's try that one. Third try's a charm. That's what somebody somewhere said once. All right, modifier key, so I'm making a copy, snap to the middle of that hidden line, and there we go. So now we have like this is the shape I wanted. Now, because I only copy the sides, I do have an emptiness right here, an emptiness inside this poor Doric column. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this. There we go. So now there's our base. I could play with this quite a bit. I could probably spend a good 5-6 minutes just playing around with scaling this and making this look just perfect. I could, but I won't. We got to move forward here, right? So I'm going to go to View, turn off my hidden geometry. I'm going to triple click. That's going to connect all selected geometry. I'm going to go soften and smooth, turn that on, and maybe just bump that up a little bit so I get like a nice smooth. Oh yeah, see, that's where I want to end up, but I don't want to end up there yet because right now I need this circle. All right, so this currently, actually, if we click on it, entity info, is still a circle. That's incredibly important because what we're about to do is we're about to take this and break it up. And we want to do that like this. I'm going to go offset to take that circle in. And what I'm gonna do, I'm going in more than I think I need to because you'll see why. I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna draw a circle on one of these edges. See this edge right here? I'm gonna go from the middle there and pull out like that. And I wanna do one of those on each side all the way around. In fact, I don't need all of it, I just need this much. So I'm gonna grab that, we're gonna rotate off the center from this edge, option to this edge, and we wanna do that 19 more times, 19x. That's gonna give me all the way around, awesome. You know what, that actually is a little bit too, nope, I can still make that work. So what we want is just this middle part. We don't want all the rest of this stuff. So there's a couple ways I could clean this up, but I gotta be honest with you. Doing a quick swipe around with eraser, probably the quickest, easiest, least wear on my brain. And honestly, I just kind of see it as a challenge. It's a mouse movement challenge, you know? All right. So there's the section of our of what our column base is going to look like. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to scale it. And again, I want to scale about the middle. I want this to come out almost the edge. I don't want to actually hit the circle edges, but I want it to be close. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, from the center, I'm going to bring this out so it's just about hits like right there. That's perfect. And now I'm going to take that and, ooh, see those ugly extra lines in there? I don't want those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click and I'm going to right click on the edge and I'm going to say weld. Now when I bring it up, oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm going to take that up to the proper height. I don't know, again, I don't know exactly what height these are supposed to be or what I find with a lot of this geometry, there's a correlation between the starting, you know, the height and width or something like that, but I didn't get a chance to look all that up. So we're gonna go this tall. And then I'm gonna scale and take that top, again, about the middle and scale it down because these columns did taper like that. All right, now I want to put some sort of a cap on, something similar to what we did down here, but maybe a little different looking. So I'm going to start by getting a new circle. So what I want to do is I want to put a new circle around this, but I don't want to merge with this geometry. So I'm going to triple click. I'm going to make this into a group temporarily. Then I'm going to grab a circle and I want to find the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come off of this point down at the bottom and inference up. And I'm going to grab this point on the far right and inference across, and where they meet, that's the middle. This circle is going to come out to that point right there. Perfect. I'm going to push that up and then I'm going to grab this. I'm going to scale that out again about the middle, something like that. All right, that looks cool. Then we'll come up a little bit and then I'm going to do a rectangle right around that. So I'm going to go rectangle and I'm going to find the middle. So I'm going to go to the middle like this and then we're going to come out. What's going to be the best way to draw this? All right, so I'll inference off of here and then pull out till I get to square, which should snap right there, perfect. And then I can push that up, whatever my cap amount is. Bring that up to there. Beauty, beauty, beauty. And then we can get rid of this. And we can do a little bit more cleanup. You see I have the, because my rectangle at the top was exactly the same size as my circle, it did hit on the edges and break it, but there we go, clean that up, that looks good. All right, I'm gonna do one last look at this, awesome. At this point, I'm gonna take this, and I could do this a couple different ways. I could keep this in separate pieces, so I could keep my column separate from my base, separate from my cap. In this case, I'm gonna make it all one piece, so I'm just gonna explode this, and then I'm gonna triple click to grab all of it, make it a group, and there we go. So now I have one column. I could take that. I can make, you know, arrays of columns on things. And ooh, look at that. That looks nice. I should probably want to make that a component before I make it arrays because I did just group it. But I'd probably want to componentize it and make that. But there we go. Quick and easy column. Correct-ish. Like I said, if I had an exact dimensioned drawing of this, I could make this exactly match something maybe in a historic building, something like that, but the general purpose stays the same. So there we go, fluted, 20-sided ionic column. No, wait, Doric. I told you I couldn't remember them. I think it's a Doric column. Anyhow, I did it. So there we go. I apologize to anybody out there who is like, really attuned to architectural history and knows all these terms and is driving them crazy. Let me know in the comments, what words did I screw up? What numbers did I get off? Let me know. I turned out something that I think it looks pretty good. I'm happy with the way this turned out, but you guys out there know better than I do what I did or didn't do right. So let me know about it in the comments. Let me know if you want to see more of this too. Like I said, I believe this is a door column. Ionic's a little bit different with how the fluting works, number of flutes. We also things like scroll work at the top. We didn't go anywhere near that on this one, but let me know if we should do some more of that column stuff. Should we get column-y on this channel? Let me know in the comments. If you like that video, click like down below. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. We create several videos each and every week, and you'll be notified of all of them if you subscribe. Most importantly, though, please do leave us a comment down below. Like I said, I'd love to hear about columns, but I'd love to hear about other things too. Tell us if there's an extension you think we should review or a specific workflow you'd like to learn more about. We like making these videos a lot, but we like them even more when they're showing something you want to see. Thank you.